And I think because you know you choked last time, you have a higher chance of choking the next time too.
And we talk about how there doesn't feel like there's a lot of pressure as the season drags on. So then you hit peak pressure. Right?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to choke in this Game 5, guys, as the draft has started?
I mean, Vici maybe tilted a bit after last game, but...
They open up really well, though, with the Warlock and the Mars versus the Centaur.
Yeah.
Like, with the Arena, we said this a couple of times today, the Arena is pretty good versus the Centaur, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think of the Warlock over the Grimstroke? I think it's the right call. I mean, they obviously almost won that last game, but it does leave Grimstroke Centaur available if Liquid want it.
I believe they... Oh, they go with the Oracle instead.
Dispel for the Fatal Bonds. Decent range for save. Maybe you'll be outside the arena and you can help somebody or glimmer them.
Opens
First
up some
Oracle of the
cheesy
series.
picks that you can think about with
true.
Oracle.
I mean,
Arc Warden insta-banned.
Yeah, that's the way to
none
do
of
it.
that. Like, even if you think the hero is not good and you know 99% you should have won last game, you still ban it. 'cause it's in your
he's
head.
reading the room. He's like, I know what you guys are all thinking. I got
Remember-
it.
If they played Game 5 a week from now, he'd be like, okay, we won't ban it. But
Yeah.
because they're playing it right after that Game 4, yeah.
If you remember the booth last time, someone was singing. They were singing.
They were singing.
They were even dancing a little bit.
Is that what did them in? It was the
Yeah.
singing.
We have the Troll ban as well by Team Liquid.
Yep. So
And the Medusa one.
yeah, the big go-to cores that Vici Gaming like to play. No 4 position snag yet, and this is, I think that was the big talking point earlier. The Phoenix didn't work well for Liquid last game, even though they ended up winning, and we always want to see Fade playing something that can be very active and involved. Shadow Shaman's still in the pool. That's been a common go-to with the Mars.
Shadow Shaman, Rubik, as well as the Earth Spirit. So
Oh, yeah.
across both teams, you know, a lot of these more common picks. There's also still the Darkseer Spirit Breaker, but we've obviously gotten our Mars and our Centaur and an Oracle,
Yeah.
so
What's
we
gonna
don't have to worry.
happen?
I just feel like we don't get Spirit Breaker without Darkseer, so I think we can remove that for.
Interesting. This Oracle pick is very, very peculiar for me because you're not going to see the Bat or the Darkseer from Vici Gaming, so it's not to counter something. They're setting something up instead.
Maybe like a Death Pro. Oh, Death Pro
Would
banned by
be
Liquid.
good, yeah. It was my thought too, but it's banned in the first stage.
This could be the first time Life Sealer slips through the second ban stage. That's been banned all the previous games.
Yeah, exactly. Team Liquid didn't ban it out. It's one of those heroes that can fare well versus the Centaur in the lane.
What do you guys think is Paparazzi's Game 5 hero? I feel like he's not a guy to me that has these like signatures.
I think Troll is probably the closest thing to a signature, but banned out here. Yeah, not really. I mean, he's always been that flex carry. He used to play a lot of the mid lane. He'd swap around a bit.
Yeah.
Went through a big faceless void period.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking the same thing.
They ban out the Knights themselves and
they
they
don't.
pick up the Rubik again. Yeah, they've had a lot of success with this Rubik. So.
Fade this tournament has been on absolute fire, and Rubik is definitely one of his best. What was the stat? 17 wins
For
in 20 games.
Yeah.
Even last game, like, he was stealing so many big spells, like stealing Dreamcoil and stuff in fights. He is incredibly impressive. And last time, the upper bracket finals where they met, it was his Rubik against the Magnus of GH, and GH did not have a game whatsoever.
We saw actually in this series Earth Spirit versus Rubik and Warlock before, right? And Earth Spirit, was it Warlock and Rubik? I believe so. And Earth Spirit crushed them on the side of VG Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, Earth Spirit's so good versus these two heroes.
Yeah.
That's why I won it last game. But obviously, it worked out anyway for Liquid. But Rubik, you don't get a good steal from Earth Spirit. It feels terrible. And then Warlock, of course, you just want to force pressure onto him in the back lines. And you're so tanky that if they turn to fight you...
Ooh, they take the Morphling. That's the hero
That is a
they've been
paparazzi
banning out.
hero,
But
actually.
It's a bit of a block pick as well.
That's a game 5, right?
Yeah.
That's a game 5 right there, I agree.
It's better when Earth Spirit's on your team, so you can make all the remnants for him. But not going to be very useful in this case.
Oh,
Okay.
that's instantly an answer to the Morphling too.
That's the highest percentile difference, I believe, in terms of like pubs. It's like a 5% gap or difference in terms of win rate for Morphling when he has to play against the OD.
That's quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you get ulted and you die. You know, you do not like to build int. You'll have to adjust your build, like Mantas and Scotties, to try and keep up.
Not super
Or
high
don't
win
get
rate.
ulted.
Not super high win rate over here, 45%, but still, it's a decent game for OD.
Probably see a sniper ban now, maybe. That's always been a hero Ori loves to play against the OD.
Sniper Lina, I think, are VG Gaming's to go heroes
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I like the Lina for some kill threat around the map with the Mars while the Morphling farms. I think it has to be active, whatever it is.
The sniper might be too greedy.
Well, Sniper would work as well, considering it, but the problem with Sniper too is the Centaur and the Earth Spirit. There are heroes that allow them to get on top of him quite easily. And he is on the greedier side, definitely.
Some teams like the Puck versus the OD. That was something that was very big during the CQ major, right?
It's really good. You have the Puck and you have the Pugna remaining.
And Ori plays a Puck.
So Puck, Pugna, Lina, those are the heroes that we should see on the middle lane versus the OD. Is there anything else that we're missing?
Whatever happened to the Leshrac?
He's still around.
Yeah,
alive and
Died
kicking.
out.
Vici has played it several times, but I think it's hard to. I don't think it's the hero you want to play necessarily this game.
I'm surprised that it has gone this whole grand finals without even being picked or banned, though, I
Yeah.
believe, right? We haven't seen it in the bottom either. So. Definitely a hero that China's been flexing hard in that mid and safe lane.
Is there any chance we see a cheese pick from Liquid? Like, could they do a OD safe lane and pull out the Meepo or something?
I mean,
Along
it
those
is
lines?
Then it would be a
possible.
miracle OD, though. It'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, he's played the hero before, I guess. Like, more so when he was a mid laner.
It's not the worst Meepo game. Fatal Bonds can hurt you, but you play so fast early on. If he misses one golem, you just win.
Wow, that was a chant.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Pugna is not in it.
Okay.
Pugna's
So
out.
even with all the
Spectre.
catch they have, they still ban the Pugna.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, Pugna is just very good versus the OD.
Yeah.
And it would give them some push, which would put the Spectre on the timing, right? You would have to come online a bit sooner.
Now the sniper feels pretty bad. There's a
Yeah,
Spectre in the game.
definitely.
I think.
Yeah, I don't
you
think we're
pass on that one.
Drow, Spectre, or Drow Sniper or anything now, eh?
No, you have the Puck and Lina, right? And perhaps something like a Brood to just go ham as well on Vici Gaming.
Do you think they need more tower pressure? Like, do you think a Puck would be too slow to close out this game?
It's a counter. It's a lane counter to OD.
Of course.
And I guess Morphling can scale well enough versus the Spectre, but it's Spectre, right? So, yeah, I would like to see some tower pressure too. Vici Gaming, when they won the major, they did have that Brood one game. And this game, like, only the Centaur would be able to lane versus her, but that would completely shift lanes of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and their
They
side
go with
lanes
the
are
Lash.
fine. And
You're
All right.
welcome.
There you go.
No problem, she's...
all right, well, with that
She's got
Leshrac
this.
pick last year for Vici Gaming, I'll throw it over at Sheever. What do you think of that last pick, and who do you think's going to take it?
I think Vici Gaming is actually going to take this game number 5 because they have RTK to make sure that they do not.
Just want more Dota.
Especially Dota like that.
Hell,
This is This is one of those really cool games. Liquid utilizing this concept that I haven't seen like this entire series. Double save. You got the put down from the Astral. You got the Oracle for the double. You have cleanse from your Q. You can ult people. And
Yep.
Vici, you've got a Warlock again, but it's a different kind of game this time.
Yeah, but you
You can deal with the Fatals.
Yeah, you got different ways to actually purge it off. You don't like the double saves already. Like there's so many saves actually from Liquid. Like Mind Control's gonna do it anyway with the Centaur. But yeah, I want to see how well VG go in this game. Like they can add a lot of early pressure, be it through team fights, be it through Leshrac pushing, be it through the initiation that can come in from Mars. But VG Gaming have this kicker, right? They got paparazzi on this Morphling. We've seen teams like Alliance, Mickey, just totally utilize this hero to a point where like I have no idea what else I can actually do. That's maybe where VG Gaming can end up.
I just love that all 4 support players are on signature heroes. I could give a damn about the cores. You've got the GH Earth Spirit, the Fade Rubik. 4 positions just so critical nowadays. I love that they're on what you could say is probably the best hero for both. 2 for 2, no, 3 for 1 runes.
Yeah, Liquid able to get the one up on top. Mars normally quite good at fighting against it because you're able just to push away with the spear.
Oh, he has
He did
9
level it up.
stacks
Oh,
already.
hello. Mind Control. That's a lot of damage already just to pump into DY. Shadowwood won't heal through that. Kuro tried to help him out. Even a slap into Paparazzi. Another hero who has to be careful about being heavy on agility against this surprise damage that can come from a Centaur.
It's a similar concept that we've seen where Vici has the more tempo lineup. They have stronger team fight in the mid game, but Liquid should be able to outscale, assuming they can keep the game relatively even.
And everyone's going to get more experience this time around. duel 2-1-2 right across our 3 cameras. And you can see where everyone's running this down. Another great battle to have between Wii and Ori. It's been a huge tussle for domination of this mid lane, and both of these heroes need to have a huge impact in this game.
Yep. And I love a lot of players have been telling me one of the reasons Centaur's picked up so early in a lot of games is because of aggro duel lanes like this. Oracle Centaur versus the Morph, you can pressure them hard. They're behind in CS for now, but no matter what, you're able to just make sure Paparazzi doesn't have that free game that he wants.
Yep.
In top lane, the Mars Rubik should be able to do the same to the Spectre. Definitely a laning advantage for Vici.
Such an interesting choice as well, going in for that Spectre. Something we haven't seen from Team Liquid to have, well, what is a very slow hero in the safe lane. But does that also mean that VG can get on top of him early on? Like what's the timing we're looking at from Liquid before they're really going to be effective?
I think it's less about timing and more about the way they want to approach fights. They want skirmishes. Vici Gaming, they want to drop Mars ult, Warlock ult, and have Ori be able to finish the tower with the Edict spam.
So you get the chaos from the Spectral Haunt. Do you go for like the Radiant style build, or do you actually look to get the combat style? I'm not saying like we're looking at Urn and Blade Mail coming in from a Spectre early on, but you have options with this hero.
Indeed. And I don't know if that's the option I would go for, Toby. I think it's likely a Radiance and or Manta first build for Miracle. Although I honestly wouldn't be shocked to see him buy a Midas. He's been doing that on a bunch of heroes lately. It just seems to be meta if you get a good game in the safe lane.
Well, if the game doesn't go that long, I'll be okay for that. But he will need Diffusal at some point to try and be on top of, well, everybody else. But that means, man, yeah, it's...
Mid lane, there's a
someone
haste.
still needs to deal with the Leshrac. That's not just the OD. Weeha's going to be okay back behind the tower. Courier's bringing out a fresh salve for him as well as the completed null. On bottom lane, Bob Stomp, follow up, mind control, there's that heavy damage, Paparazzi! Ooh.
That's Oracle Centaur for you.
Uh-huh.
They were level 3, that was a kill.
But this is Warlock Morphling. I'm just gonna like go straight into Agi, and all of a sudden my life is back again. Cleanse it off. Yeah. No bust for you.
Yeah, so far so good. It's not the triangle, we won't see quite as much aggression, but remember you have 2 4 positions that can rotate as much as they desire. GH gonna move back towards the top lane.
This seems so hard for Spectre. The second that you actually move off that lane, GH, like Yang and Fade, they get up in Miracle's face. And Miracle has to tank through it. He's at least got the Wraith Band as well. Stalship bottom lane we go again. Warlock this time around is to be killed off.
That's the first blood, even though we don't see the notification.
Uh-huh. Never know why that works that way, but yeah, that's why it's
because it updates the gold, but I guess they just don't feel like the dire side deserves
the
glory.
you may announce, but like we have it normally going out in the arena too. The stage mapping lights up and you goes first blood like come out.
I'm not quite sure that's the accent, Toby, but it's about that.
It's as close as I can imitate. Unfortunately, there's too many R's in my imitation. Miracle.
He's trying to block the pull.
Rolling
GH.
Boulder coming in. They're going over towards Mars Fade. He can at least get the Fade Bolt off, and this will slow down the damage of GH and Miracle. So they both have to disengage once again, but they're trying to at least say to Yang, like, you can't just do whatever the hell you want up here. You do have the #1 CS on the board, but don't feel comfortable.
Yep. This is fun. Liquid's still with the net worth advantage, though. There's been a lot of regen that's had to be purchased down bottom, so even though the CS is going Vici's favor, they're not winning in net worth. Mid lane, the thing for Liquid is they don't have a natural way to push towers, other than maybe Centaur tanking them and then hitting them back. Vici, we've seen maybe do this, we've seen Sumail do this. If you can get up to a nice level advantage, pick up a couple kills with a Fade rotation here or there, you can just run at tier 1s with Max Edict and kill them yourself.
Yeah, this does really feel like Liquid planned to win the game by killing VG.
Yeah.
That's really feels like the approach here. Everything went into the lane, it's not the tower pressure. Nice,
here.
Pushing him onto the one tree that was still there, but now GH will arrive with the help of Kuro. They want to kill off Fade, but GH being tossed away with the telekinesis, and Yang turns in towards Miracle. Miracle's got to be careful. Over the trees, the rebuke drops him down to 25 HP, but now there's no matter over on Yang. But Miracle, he's not ready to fight. He just wants the 5-minute bounty runes, and they might be able to get a revenge kill. A kick away, Yang wants to stay on it. Kuro says, no, stay where you are.
It's all good, though, as the top shrine is now available. 5 minutes 25 into the game. some harass damage. I like the move from Kuro here. He gets mind control into a position where he's strong enough to backlane, as we see here.
And Mind Control actually got both of the bounty runes on bottom as well.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind that 3 of the 4 bounty runes have been collected by Liquid, and the others just sitting there, like, appreciating in value.
It's super important that you get Centaur into the lane. If you let Morph free farm for a couple of Wraith Bands, he's no longer really able to play Dota, but as you can see, MC, there's no, Rubik can rotate, sure, but it's the Leshrac or the Mars that would be able to set up the kill on the Centaur, and they're just not really looking to rotate yet.
Here's your start-up, and rolling boulder, GH.
Ooh, early.
A fraction of a second too early, but they may still have enough to kill off Fade. Under the tower, no! Fatal Bonds comes in from DY, and GH has to run it off, but the catapult, and it tanks up so much. GH will still survive, and he steals the double damage rune, while up on top, Yang, again, out of mana. Miracle trying to beat into him once more underneath the tower. Yang so low, but Kuro couldn't nuke him. He gave it a shot, but it was enough. Not even with the 2 points dispersion, not a single point in Desolates. 3-0-2 build in for Miracle.
That's standard, though. It's, maybe you get a kill here and there, but it's about getting that up ASAP. You want to win a game because you're too tanky, you're too survivable. You're not really looking to deal damage to Spectre until those first round items come online. He went for the Soul Ring too, so just trying to maximize on his sustain in this landing phase, sitting at 7 HP per second.
That's nice for him. Miracle, not great on the net worth chart. In fact,
GH
everyone's
TP
still
top.
pretty close. With the TPs towards the top lane, they're looking for a kill. Kuro will set it up. Already starting off. Here comes your rolling boulder follow from GH.